we produced some really exciting players, and one of them sticks to mind, and the reason why he sticks to mind was because no other club wanted him. No one else in the UK wanted him. So he came to us at Bury, and we took him on. He had exceptional talent, yet behaviourally he wasn't being managed in the right way. And it was really interesting our journey together, really, because aside from other players that we produced, like your Newtons who went on to Portsmouth, Warren went to West Brom, this guy here was a phenomenal talent. Now, I couldn't believe that there wasn't anyone out there that would give the guy a chance. And I thought, we'll give him a chance. And don't get me wrong, our journey, he presented us with various problems. You know, he got himself into a little bit of trouble here and there. Yet in saying that, we stuck with him, and we kept him going. And it wasn't until a year later he'd moved on, and he'd signed for Brighton, who were in the Championship, I think, at the time, and I'd been asked to join the first team with 10 points at the bottom of the league. They'd asked me, could you help them start? I said, yeah, well, I'll have to really. And I took the job on, and I sat there. We were playing against, I think, Rushden and Diamond. It was a big game. We won the game. We actually played them off the park, and we were well on the way to achieving a miracle. And he shouted my name, and I turned around and said, oh, how are you doing? And he said, doing really well. He's at Brighton and everything else as you do. Then I didn't see him for a long while after that. And the next time it was brought to my attention what he was doing, I was back in Sydney doing a seminar, and in the group that I was teaching the seminar, there's a guy from Australia who was working with me in the UK, who was back in Australia again, and he says to me, you know that lad that you were working with, he's playing tonight in a football match. And I wasn't aware of it. He said he's playing in the Champions League. And I said, really? And it didn't click to me that obviously he'd gone so far in such a short space of time. And he was playing with Fenerbahce against Chelsea. And it was interesting really because I told all the youngsters to watch the game. So they watched the game, and he goes and scores the winner. And it was a really, really powerful story because this guy a few years later wasn't wanted by anyone. So we gave him his chance. And it's just really because if you think of the football tier system, it'd almost be like saying, okay, there's a player playing amateur football in this country would go on and play A-League within 2 or 3 seasons. That was the meteoric rise that he did achieve. And it was just through giving him belief. Giving him the belief, I think, and helping him along the way, and just supporting him as much as we could do to achieve that. And then the story doesn't end there. Switzerland for some media commitments. And as I'm driving, I'm thinking, gee, you know, this guy is playing for an international team. He was playing for Turkey in the European Championships. He opted to play for Turkey because he didn't get selected for England, and his mum was Turkish, so he took the opportunity to play. And I thought, it's unbelievable how 2008, in 4 or 5 years' time, he'd gone to where he was. And what was really powerful about that, when I got back to the UK in Manchester, I was asked by a journalist of one of the papers there, did you think you could achieve that in that time frame? And honest, open answer, in my own mind, it even surpassed my own expectations. But it didn't matter. What was important is he believed he could do it, and we supported him through that, and he got there.